Welcome to the big, bold election conversation. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most pressing issues, and that's water pollution and sewage management. The problem that we currently face with the waterways is the water companies have decided to stop treating the sewage pollution. They've done this because they've discovered that it's simply cheaper not to treat the sewage pollution, and the fines that they are charged pale in significance to the profits they make. Regulation has failed to address this problem, which is leading to an increasing ecological crisis that not only is affecting the wildlife and the natural world, but is now affecting our drinking water too. In an election season that prioritises boldness above everything else, let's look at each of the parties' manifesto pledges and rank them in boldness. So let's start with the Conservative Party, the current incumbents. Some of their key points are: increased fine for illegal sewage discharges, enhanced monitoring and reporting of water quality, improve infrastructure to prevent sewage overflows, extend the £50 water compensation scheme they currently have in the southwest to across the country, ban executive bonuses for serious breaches, and reduce fines for river restoration projects. The Conservative plans are mildly spicy, but they represent more of a timid nudge than a bold leap. Boldness score 3 out of 10. Now let's look at Labour's pledges. We look at Labour, they want an automatic fine for sewage spills. They want stricter regulations and higher standards. They want to modernise the sewage system. They want enhanced transparency. They want new powers for regulators. The problem is, we already have many powers that the regulators refuse to use. It's slightly better than the Conservative plan, but it's more of a stern talking to than the big bold action that we're looking for. Boldness rating, 5 out of 10. Well, let's talk about the Liberal Democrats. Their plan is effectively to reduce sewage pollution, but only reduce sewage pollution in waters that are designated as bathing water status, which only represent about 1 or 2% of our waters. Their other plan is nature-based solutions. Effectively, nature-based solutions is where they'll find a nice wetland, and rather than treating the sewage with machines and mechanicals, as it should be, they want to simply use wetlands to dump raw sewage pollution. It's slightly more bold than the Tories and a smidgen more bold than Labour. I'm sorry, Ed, that's just not bold enough. They get a 6 out of 10. Let's talk about the Green Party. The Green Party have one of the most clear and concise policies when it comes to sewage pollution. They want to completely renationalise the water sector. They want to ban profiteering of the water sector, and they want to have the right regulations in place to ban sewage pollution across all of our waters in the UK, bathing water status or not. Not one of the other parties dare consider renationalising the water sector or banning the profiteers making money. Now, if you ask me, I give the Green Party rating a 9 out of 10. Now that's bold. Reform. Well, they want to invest significantly in the sewage infrastructure, and they propose privatising, or rather further privatising, parts of the water management system. And they want to enforce stricter penalties for water companies that don't comply. Reform UK's approach of privatising already privatised parts of the water sector represents somewhat of a paradox. And ultimately, their emphasis on penalties doesn't really address the crux of the matter. It's an interesting mix, but the boldness fades upon inspection. Boldness rating, sorry Richard, it's a 4 out of 10. The only party that really has a bold plan of action is the Green Party. They're the only party out of all of them that's made a firm commitment to renationalisation. The only party that's made a firm commitment to ban the profiteering by the foreign owners and domestic owners of the water companies. And they're the only party that's made a firm commitment to end sewage pollution in all waters that are bathing water status or not. Now, if you ask me, that's bold.